ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. Where was the Torah given to the Jewish people? On Mount Sinai. Where is Mount Sinai? Mount Sinai is in the desert, where you find many mountains. And to this day, archaeologists, historians don't know exactly which of those mountains was the vehicle through which the Torah was given from God to Moses, from Moses to the Jewish people. Why is that so? This is what the Torah says. But maybe this is to teach us something very important. The Torah doesn't depend on any place. The Torah is knowledge. The Torah is belief. The Torah's sentiment has nothing to do with a specific place. You can observe the Torah in Israel, you can observe the Torah in the United States, you can observe it in Venezuela, you can observe it anywhere in the world. It's independent of any place. Yet, on the other hand, the first time that God speaks to Abraham, the father of the Jewish people, he tells him, leave your home, leave the house of your parents, leave your city, leave your country, go. And he doesn't even tell him the name of the place where he has to go. It is a promised land. It's a place far off. But he's got to leave the place where he is. This time we see the importance of place. Apparently in the city of Ur, and Abraham had gone already to Haran, he couldn't really develop his ideas. He had to go to a different place. Place apparently is important. What place was that? That was the land of Israel. That later on, hundreds of years later, after leaving Egypt, our ancestors, under the leadership of Joshua, would conquer that land. But, says Maimonides, that land has sanctity, kedusha, as long as the Jewish people reside there. But when the Jewish people are not there, the land of Israel has no sanctity. During the occupation of the Ottoman Empire, during the occupation of the Crusaders, according to our tradition, the land had no sanctity. It is only when the Jewish people reside there that the land has sanctity. So that nowadays, especially through the establishment of the State of Israel, the promised land has sanctity again because the Jewish people live there. Maybe because in the land of Israel one can really live a more profound Jewish life in all its ramifications. It is much easier to do so in Israel than outside of Israel. You have been to Israel, have you not? If not, you certainly have to go. You have to see how this land has progressed, and you will feel also the sanctity of the land of Israel when you are there. But, says Maimonides, there's one place in Israel, Jerusalem, especially the Har HaBayit, the mount on which the temple was built, that has intrinsic sanctity. Even if the Jewish people are not there, even if there is no Beit HaMikdash. This is why Jews refrain from going to Har HaBayit, to the place where the Beit HaMikdash was built, because that has inherent sanctity. There are many ways to refer the idea of God. One of them is Hashem, another one is Yud-Kei Vav-Kei, the Lord of hosts. But there's one designation of God, which is the word makom, which means place. God is the place of this universe, according to the Talmud. But the universe is not the place of God. The universe cannot contain God. God is way beyond. As a matter of fact, creation implies also the creation of space. There was no space before creation. God was space. So that makom is also something very important, the place. Especially where the Beit HaMikdash was built. This is, so to speak, the center point of Jewish existence. According to our tradition, all prayers go through Jerusalem. They go really through the Har HaBayit. They go through the Kodesh HaKodashim, to the holiest place of the Beit HaMikdash, and from there they go straight up to the Lord, in order to signify the importance of place also in Jewish tradition. So what do we need? We have a linkage with place, but we also have a linkage with Torah. We have a linkage with knowledge. We have a linkage with behavior. We have a linkage with morals, but we cannot forget that the center of our attention should always be Jerusalem. In one of the prayers in the Amidah we say, Velirushalayim ircha berachamim tashuv. God, in your mercy, please return to the city of Jerusalem, because there is where we get the real inspiration of the Torah and of our tradition. If you haven't done so, make sure that you visit Jerusalem at least once in your life. As a matter of fact, maybe you should do it more. In the Torah it says that 3 times a year our ancestors had to go to the city of Jerusalem. They had to breathe the air of Jerusalem. They had to feel the warmth of the Jewish people, but above all, to feel the presence of God, and it is not felt with greater intensity any other place in the world except in Jerusalem.